Previously on our adventures in the world of The Witcher, the group mingled among the Gala's guests, each gathering information on their own, and as the evening wore on and the wine continued to flow, Casper, Opheia, and Mare sought out Gerwolf Mordhain towards the end of the hall, and he revealed much knowledge that he had uncovered. Unfortunately, something was wrong. Creeping unease settled over the group as Kilton realized that Casimir, the suspicious mage, was no longer entertaining his cronies. He was casting a spell. Kilton moved to confront him, but before he could act, Gerwolf's head exploded in a gruesome spray of bone and brain. And from his corpse, a fully formed Hym crawled its way free. Before the party had a chance to react, two more guests had staggered and fallen, their bodies ripped open from the inside as more gestating Hyms burst forth, summoned at Casimir's command. And now, as chaos erupts and the Gala descends into bloodshed, the battle for survival begins. So we'll get back to it.
We're big, strong adventurers, and we can do this.
We almost died to some random-ass fucking Gaston bandits.
Because they summoned a fuck-off spider. There's no fuck-off spiders now. Oh, no.
No,
Those
the
bandits.
other one that Opheia
The other
almost
ones
died
that almost
in.
died too.
The other one we almost died to. Yeah, that was just our own fault. We didn't need to provoke that fight. But that's in the past.
Okay,
Well,
so
we didn't
as
have
a reminder, as you guys are looking around here, kind of getting a sense of your bearings, you've all rolled for initiative. Kilton is kind of face-to-face with Casimir. You see many of the guests kind of screaming. A lot of these guests, again, are kind of newer mages, younger mages, and there's a handful of kind of more experienced ones. You also note that there are the handful of living armor, enchanted kind of servants that are around, and there are 3 Hyms currently on the... I'm sorry, actually... as you're looking around, a third one bursts forth, because I think this one is still hidden. But there are 3 as you all begin to get a bearing for what is happening here. Now, as you look around, Casper, you are first to act. You see the huddled corpse of Gerwolf as the Hym is directly in front of Mare and Opheia and only a few meters from you. And I would say in general, you get a sense of kind of what's around you. If you want to look around for anything in particular, I'd allow you to kind of take a moment before you actually act here.
Can I do regardless, I wanted to do a Witcher training check to see if I, or like a tactics check. I actually don't know which one I would roll, just to see what my game plan should be for this fight.
Sure, absolutely. I think in this case, if you're looking more for a game plan, tactics would probably be like, what are people going to be doing in the next round of combat or so? If you want to kind of get a sense of, the tactical weaknesses of the enemies and stuff like that, that would probably be more of a Witcher training check.
All right. I'll do a... Let's go Witcher training.
Okay.
All right. Not bad.
Not too bad. All right. So, Casper, you kind of recall back some of the knowledge that you learned when you were at Kaer Seren, when you had extracted the kind of young symbiotic him that you battled there from Opheia. And while classified as a specter, the him is actually a kind of type of demon, which tends to reside in the outer spheres. It tends to come into this sphere to kind of feed on negative emotions. And let's see here. The stuff that's going to be relevant in this moment is that the him can move through shadows and is invisible when among them. The good thing is there's not a ton of really deep shadows here. There are spaces like under the tables and things that are dark enough that you think they could use that area to kind of use that ability. And let's see. You also note that these are slightly different from the normal him that you would read about in a book, in that it doesn't necessarily keep its host. It seems to kind of kill its host in the process. So whereas a normal him tends to stay close to the host that it is kind of feeding off of, these do seem to be slightly different variants or different species perhaps, but the closest resemblance would be a him. You would know that fighting them, generally, it's best to keep them illuminated, and when they are tangible, they can be harmed. They're vulnerable to things like fire because of their innate abilities, and Spectre Oil is also effective against them, and they can be quite dangerous. Additionally, looking around the chamber at the other entities here at the Gala, your assessment of the living armor is that while they are mage enchanted living armors, they are probably not going to be super useful because they tend to use mostly just melee weapons and things like that. And will probably, it seems to be like they're activating into like, attack mode essentially. So it seems like they will probably be helpful, but not this turn. And taking a look at Casimir, you see he is in his kind of black and gold regalia with his kind of very tall and sinister collar, of course, because, he has to have a tall, sinister collar.
It's the rules.
Exactly.
You're gonna wear his coat.
You see that he is wearing a protective doublet, which is his kind of black and gold upper, and some double woven trousers. You also note that most of the people here are not armored particularly because it's a gala. His seems to be kind of, more enhanced of his formal wear, but not particularly protective. He's also not wearing anything on his head as far as armor goes. And he seems to be carrying a crystal staff that he has whipped out. I think that's generally what your assessment would be. You also get the impression that there are quite a few basic mages that are maybe going to be helpful, and the 3 sorceresses who may be helpful, as well as some of the other more experienced mages. So,
the question: who's armored here in terms of the party members?
I just don't have my head. I don't have my head armor on. That's it.
I don't have head armor, and I don't have my overgarments, and I only have the under one. But it's still pretty good.
Okay.
I don't know why my stuff is unchecked.
John,
'Cause I remember being chunky when I came in, but maybe I misremembered. Maybe I'm unarmored. I might have to roll footage.
All right, Casper, you have taken a moment to assess here. It is your turn to act. What are you doing? And Mara, you're after that. So
Okay.
Okay.
Hyms don't have natural armor either, from what we remember, right?
no, not particularly. Just the fact that if they can slip into shadows, they're basically immune to
They're
damage.
invulnerable,
So.
yeah.
I'm going to move here. And can I push Opheia away, like more towards the window?
Sure, yeah, you could do kind of a body check essentially, or I guess in that case it might just be an athletics check to like physically move Opheia back, like pull her back.
Mm-hmm. Basically, as I'm walking forward, I want to like pull her back to kind of where I was.
Sure, I'll say that can be kind of your first action. The Witcher training check being kind of a free assessment as you were rolling initiative. So go ahead and give us an athletics check. Not super high, just to see if you can pull her back.
Okay.
And Opheia, you're resisting this at all or not?
I don't think I'm resisting this.
Okay. Yeah, so you feel yourself kind of pulled from behind, and you move back to this location. Is that where you were trying to?
Yeah, I'm basically trying to throw her into those like flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. With a 26 critical success, you throw her as far as you want, basically, through the window. And,
Oh, there's a limit.
yeah. No,
Through
you
the
step
illusory
back
window.
and you are pushed back. Yeah. All right,
False
Casper, that's your
false
first action.
defenestration.
Are you going to use stamina to do a second action?
Yes. First, I'm
Okay.
going to say to Mare, light spells. Do you know them?
No, I don't.
Fire.
But I'm fire. I've got.
Fire, spread the word, lights. That's what we need
All right.
as soon as possible. And tip the tables as much as you can. And I'm going to hit it. I'm going to do Igni.
Okay, excellent.
Would that hit Mare, actually?
No, it's a 2 meter range, like so
2 meters,
basically like
it
one
won't hit me.
person. Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to use... How much stamina can I use for this? Up to my
What's your
vigor, right?
maximum?
Yep.
Yeah.
Up to your vigor.
Okay, cool. So,
You technically could go over, but you'd hurt the fuck out of yourself to do it, and it's not worth it.
17.
All right, so you're rolling it with a
It's
7.
an auto critical fumble if you do it.
7 vigor on your Igni. So with each stamina that you put in, you have a 1d6 and a 50% chance to light anything on fire. So it has the chance to try and dodge or block your 17. So let's see, it's going to do a...
Which it super can do. I really hope it doesn't manage to.
let's see, this is a...
Oh shit, I forgot to take off that stamina.
That should be a private, but a 20 for the him. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. They'll be private for now. So it defeats it, kind of morphs out of the way as your Igni shoots out towards it. The sparks flying just clear of it. Because the range is only 2 meters, I'm going to say, Mare, it's not going to hit you even though you're on the other side of it. It like starts to come at you and you get a couple sparks on you, but it doesn't like hit you. As the him kind of turns its attention towards Casper. All right, Casper, that was your second action. It is now Mare's turn.
I call out to the mages. Anyone who knows in Verseos needs to cast now. Shadows. Deprive from the shadows and hit them with fire.
Mare, I'm going to have you do just like a free leadership check here. It's not going to be like your action to do that. I'm just going to let you see basically like if people in this panic going to try and listen to you, or are you just someone else screaming in this hallway?
Plus 2 from the veil. Not bad.
16. Yeah, you start to see some of like the nearer mages and stuff start to like they tune into what you're saying and listen, and it seems like they are likely to follow your lead. So, all right, Mare.
I call out specifically to Luis, Clarice, and Katrine that Casimir is behind this.
Okay.
And then I will, as my action, step around the heme. Oops, get off calculator. Go here. Round. And coming for Casimir in a second, but I'm going to try to get this heme. I'm going to cast Enye on this heme. Enye with my expanded focus. Motherfucker!
Aww.
I only fumbled by 1 though.
Yeah,
For once.
so I think that's just no major fumble. I think you take the 1 damage, and I think it still goes off because you only
Still
fumbled
goes
by
off.
1. So
It still goes off. It's the
Yeah.
first time I fumbled by less than 5 in like 6 sessions.
yeah. All right.
This is
So
improvement.
yeah, you go to start to cast Enya. Mario, what happens as you start to feel this magic get out of control?
I'm covered in gore. I don't have the greatest focus right now. I have an old man's brain on my tongue.
Ew.
Your dress is ruined.
I'm less concerned about that. I'm more concerned about the hazmat that is now going on my skin. So not quite a perfect cast, but I've done worse under better circumstances.
All right. So you're aiming that at this one
The
here.
heme.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. It is going
It
to
needs
do another
I need
defense.
all the hemes away from Opheia.
Let's see.
Thank you.
It's gonna do dodge escape again. You can dodge that. This is an
Defense and extra stamina. Yeah.
defense, and it does not pass. It gets a 16, so
Ooh,
you do hit that one.
okay. So I will roll. This one does not have a place where I can hit damage. It does not have a damage button. So I will hit. We'll roll monster damage location. Torso. All right. So this is 46. That's 10 fire damage, and it does not catch on. It does or does not catch on fire. I think I don't remember how we roll. I can't remember.
We
how
usually
rolled,
do
I haven't rolled
high
this
is success. So
highest. Okay, so this is does not get caught on fire.
yeah, so it'd have to be 25, I guess 26 or 25 or above to with your 75% chance. Okay, so yeah, you go to start to cast the spell. You start to feel maybe there's like one ember left from Casper's Igni that's like still on your sleeve, and it starts to kind of
It
erupt
messes
and get out of control as you go to cast Enya, but you're able to refocus it. It singes your arm just a little bit, but you're able to get the spell off, hurl your mote fire towards this creature, and it strikes its body as it tries to kind of wisp out of the way. And let's see. So it does 10. I'm just trying to see if it is it's not resistant. I don't know if it's vulnerable.
I would hope
Vulnerability,
it's
flaming
vulnerable.
attacks.
This is a flaming attack. It's pure fire.
Indeed. All right. Yes. So this one is it's not on fire, but the flame as it hits it sort of like illuminates this weird amorphous body, and it seems to be negated in its ability to cling to the shadows as the fire kind of burns the shadow off of this strange writhing body that is beneath these smoky shadows that cling to it. So it is not able to use its shadow ability until for the rest of this turn.
If any of these mages know this spell, they need to start fucking casting it.
All right. So
I don't know this spell because I'm a player character.
all right, Mari, that was your first real action. The leadership check was just a bonus kind of free thing.
I
so.
need to conserve stamina, so I think. How hurt does it look?
I mean, 10 damage. It's not like critically wounded, but
Okay.
It's
The fire doesn't seem to be doing anything extra to it, though.
no, it just it negated that ability to the shadows are kind of starting to reform around it, but you get the impression that because the flame attack struck it, it burned that kind of shadow shield or shadow cloak away from it. So
I will just reiterate to the mages with firepower to hit them with fire. I think that will be me. I gotta conserve. I got a big end coming up for Mr. Dark and Stormy here.
all right, and
my
speaking
turn.
of, up next is Casimir.
Ah!
I thought you were going to refer to me as Mr. Dark and Stormy because he was
You're
hidden
the
on the
least-
initiative.
You are the least dark and stormy person in this room. You're delightful.
All right. What is he going to do? All right. He is gonna. He looks at you first, Kilton, because you've kind of just like approached him through this crowd as he was just finishing up his spell, and he kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, it's you again, is it? I'm so sorry to ruin the evening, but you know."
You did this?
Yes, unfortunately.
I was
it
going
was
to
me.
tell you to get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
So unfortunate. I do love a good party, but you know what they say. It's only politics. He is going to cast Yaved's Swarm on you, Kilton.
Wait, no!
Let's see. He's going to go ahead and see. What does he roll for that? Okay, he did not fumble or anything. So as you see, he kind of like waves his hands, and you start to hear this like strange, like chittering, clicking sound as all of the insects that are living and hiding in the shadows of the basement begin swarming out of all the cracks and all of the nooks and crannies that they have been hiding in. You see as he controls this great swarm of insects that he summoned from the environment, and as he casts this spell, the swarm crawls out from all of the crevices, and let's see. Let me see if I have like a little bug.
We're gonna need to put like a content warning on this one, gang.
This one.
for me specifically. For me specifically.
I'm afraid of my head exploding personally.
I think it would be really. CD Projekt Red should update Witcher Free so when you start it up, the game just goes like content warning. Buggies.
All right, I'm gonna go with just this giant centipede, but this isn't necessarily a giant centipede. It's just the swarm. Many little centipedes and like lots of cockroaches and all kinds of basement dwelling things.
Is that a skull pentramorph? Oh no, it's just a bunch of little centipedes.
Yeah, way back when you first described the dream of Mara getting eaten to death by bugs, I legitimately had a full-on like body squick.
Oh,
that is one of my like biggest fears is getting eaten by insects.
This is
especially
probably the bugs.
Yeah, this is the bugs.
Uh-oh.
You're probably the guy.
All right, I better shoot these bugs quick.
Kilton, you see as this horde forms and begins to engulf your body as they kind of all swarm onto you, kind of crawling up underneath your armor and along your skin and up towards your torso.
Is there some kind of defense to this?
It is not going to attack yet. It's been summoned this turn. I don't think it attacks the same turn, but it is on you essentially and crawling up. And I will just have it go on his turn. That is his action. Does it do? It does give me a damage option, so maybe it does attack on the same turn. So it does. Yeah, okay, it does do that. So as it begins to kind of crawl up, all of these like hundreds of bugs crawling up Kilton's clothing and along his body, you begin to feel them start like biting and gnawing at you. You take 3 points of damage. This is not negated by armor because they are under your armor. It ignores.
And I'm not dodging because they are under my armor.
There's no defense to this spell. I was looking at this one earlier.
Not even lemon oil?
Yeah. It ignores all worn armor and has a 100% chance of poisoning you as you begin to start feeling like the itching of 1,000 mosquito or bug bites on you. And so, Kilton, you are now poisoned. So 3 points of damage and poisoned.
Get a little nauseous.
I'm going to move it just slightly off of you in case it's because I can't see you underneath it. So, all right. He is then going to use his movement, which is... How much does he move? He's going to kind of pass along this way, and speed is 5, so he can move, we'll say there.
Kind of
hops down off of this ledge over this little railing, and he kind of turns to the crowd at large and goes, I'm so sorry to have ruined what could have been a lovely evening. But after all, it was so nice of all the sorceresses to get pretty much anyone left on the continent that could stop me all in one place. With that, it is his turn, and Kilton, it is your turn as you are feeling the 1,000 scurrying legs and nibbling bites of bugs upon you.
Is the swarm targetable? Can you
Yes, it is targetable. It has HP, and let's see, it can be targeted. It's just let's see.
Trying to find poison in here.
Get it smashing.
I imagine you'll have to get a little creative with how to attack it, but I mean, probably it would be brawling essentially, like you're trying to smash the bugs, right? Like using a sword on them isn't really going to do anything, so it would be
Chuck E. Cheese game.
Yeah.
Oh man, if only I could, if I had a troll to lick all these bugs off me in one fell swoop. Too bad. He's not fit for civil society. Unlike this guy who was invited to the party.
That was out of fear for his safety, and you know it.
And to remind everyone, the poisoned condition it courses through your body, doing 3 points of damage every turn, which armor does not negate. To shake off the poison, you must make a DC 15 endurance check, which takes an action.
Damn. Well, I'm gonna move after this guy.
Okay.
Bugs are on me! Bugs are on me! And I'll sort of fake jump down this balcony, and I want to try to shoot him in the back of the head as he's fucking addressing the rest of the party.
Sure, absolutely.
Get him off me!
Please kill this man.
Man, crossbow to
God, KO Kilton.
I am aiming for the head with Cohen's crossbow.
OHKO
It has a +5 because it's point blank.
I believe so. I think it's +5. Yeah.
Yes. Head.
I do want to just confirm that you have your crossbow with you at the party. Okay.
That is
all
why
of us
I
have been
wear
bringing our weapons.
Where were you keeping this crossbow?
Kilton.
Okay.
And I could use the smaller one if it would be easier to stow. Kilton is somebody who wears many layers of robes and clothing and shit so that he can hide stuff. He's a smuggler. Hiding weapons is the shit.
So I think Cohen's crossbow is not like hideable. So all of the weapons you have.
I'll do the normal one.
Well, let me just check. I'm not saying that you can't have it. I just want to like.
Oh yeah.
Right. We are like in a specific location that would not necessarily. It's not concealable. So Cohen's crossbow. Certain weapons are not concealable. So if you were hiding it
my normal crossbow isn't either. I mean, would anybody take it from me?
No. And I mean, like, I didn't necessarily specify, like, did you have this with you? Right. Like, obviously you don't have like your horses and carts and stuff.
Yeah.
And we talked about, what armor and stuff you guys were wearing because it's a up-dressed event. I would say previously people would have been probably giving you weird looks, but they were already. So I'll let you have the crossbow. Yeah. So, but
I just think he's like someone's bodyguard or something.
Kilton stays strapped.
Kilton stays strapped.
I borrowed it from the animated armor.
More ways than one.
Yeah, I'll say everyone has like their primary weapon with them, right? Like you probably don't have like every other weapon that you have with you. Like,
yeah, I don't fucking go anywhere without my staff.
Yeah, like you've got your staff. Casper, you've probably got your sword. Opheia, you've got your focus or sickle, whichever you prefer.
I've got my staff.
Yeah, and then Kilton, you got your crossbow.
I also have
I'm going to use
my primary
3 luck on this.
Sure. Ooh, 26
to hit.
Let's go.
Come on.
All right.
I know this man's dodge
Big
escape
money,
is probably
no
not that great.
Let's see here.
Come on.
This bug fucker.
Get bug fucked.
Get stomped on.
Get squashed.
Get fucking squishied.
Get hosed down with a can of Raid.
Get salted.
We love bugs here at the Witcher RPG. Obsidian Cabaret
I
podcast.
genuinely do like insects. It's just the thought of them like on me, I don't like. I
Hey,
like
it's
to
me
look at them
both.
from afar.
We have a lot of fun here at Obsidian Cabaret, but I'm here to tell you.
Those bugs could be your ancestors. I'm taking a Buddhist approach to it.
Bugs are an important part of our environment.
They
And
are.
they're
Yeah.
dying off.
All right, let's see here. Sorry, let me go ahead and
Be a bug fucker, not a bug squisher.
What happened to lover? You can be. Can we do this less?
I love bugs from a distance.
okay, I have to reveal he crit succeeded.
Fucking
God
hell.
damn it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think he can make 26. Like, he's okay at that, but like,
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
He was so smug about it too.
he just kind of dodge. He does like the kind of dodge out of the way right at the last second as the crossbow bolt, like half a millisecond from like piercing straight through his eye. He just dodges like just enough that it whizzes past his ear
Man.
as he goes.
That's such a
Oh.
bummer.
How horrid! Why would you bring such a thing to a party? Don't you have any manners?
The bugs did it.
Kilton, you take
trying to
3
shoot the
points of
bugs.
damage as you are poisoned. Or if you want, so that was your first action. If you want, you can either do a second action to reload or do an action to try and resist the poison. They're going to poison you next turn again anyways, though. So every
yeah,
attack
I'm
they
not
do-
bothering to resist the poison. I can tank that for a bit. I kind of want to just fucking like, since I'm like, I feel like I was coming down this sort of small balcony, like I'm imagining like a few feet, and then like shooting as I get down. As soon as he dodges, I kind of want to just drop the crossbow, just like koala on him,
Sure, yeah.
like try and chokehold or something, you know, like.
Oh, I thought you were gonna try and get his bugs on him.
I mean, I don't think that's going to do anything. Bugs are bugs, but I do want to just like try and choke this fool out.
Sure,
It might
yeah.
be an incredibly stupid thing to do, but I'm going to do it anyway.
All right, so you drop your crossbow
Monkey
as you go, kind of use the momentum as you're basically running towards him. You let off this crossbow bolt. It misses. You drop
Dodges.
to the ground, go to try and tackle him. Go ahead and give us a brawling check here.
Come on, fucker. I'm going to use 2 luck on this.
All right.
We reset our luck or leave it as.
Nice. All right.
I don't want him
let's
getting away.
He's gonna
Well,
do.
shit,
I think he'll
might-
just do a counter brawling on you.
Try
Actually,
the
I
Black
think he's
Widow
gonna try
like
and-
thighs takedown.
He's gonna try and dodge you again. As you, he's not 31 is exceptional.
Spend that stamina.
You grab him and bear hug him. You have him in your grasp.
Yeah,
Hold
and then
him
I'll
still
take.
so I can hold him still so I
Yes.
can electrocute the fuck out of him.
What? No!
I want to look at that man.
It'll just hit him, not you.
All right. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, yeah. So you take that 3 damage from that's end of your turn. Take the poison damage. You start to feel that kind of uncomfortable itching sensation start to kind of.
God, I hate the bugs. God, I hate this guy.
And let's go ahead and so that was a grapple attack. And let's see. So now that you have him grappled, the target cannot move away from you and takes -2 to all physical actions. And it's a prerequisite to pins, chokes, and throws. So you've grappled him.
Yeah,
and,
not quite choking him yet.
He can attempt to use a brawling to slip loose, but he did not dodge it. So he is grappled.
Give him the old golem.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
It is the party guests and other mages that are going to go next. You see as they kind of regain a bit of their wits. Louise is going to go and she is going to cast Enye as well. Let's see. She's going to cast it at the nearby one over here. This one is... Let's see, that one's also not completely hidden. It's dim in here, but not like fully dark, except for like under the tables and some of the places like that. So she rolls an 18 on her attack against the one here, and it is going to attempt to dodge out of the way. And it does, just barely. So she misses, and then let's see. Who else is... Katrine is going to control the living armors. So they are going to move up and attempt to strike at this thing despite being, or I guess punch. They don't really have an actual weapon on them, but melee against it. And this one is... The living armor kind of lumbers forward, swinging out wildly. The hymn crit fails, and the living armor punches the shit out of this hymn as it does... How much? 7 damage halved, because it's... Actually, do they do magical damage because they're magic armor? Let me check here real quick. I would guess not. I think it's just melee, but... let's see. Just bludgeoning. Yeah. Okay. So, but hey, it does a little bit of damage, and it punched it in the torso. All right. Who else? The other mages, about half of them started listening to Mare. So the one that is up here is going to move up closer, kind of stepping forward a little bit. And is going to also cast an Enye at this one. Oh, a crit success from this mage. And so it needs...
Yeah, go what's your face?
Him needs... Yeah, that's the old lady that you were dancing with, Casper. She kind of comes up,
shit again.
pulls her like lace gloves off, and goes to cast Enye and does... Oh, sorry, I didn't actually roll the defense. I don't think it's going to beat 31, though. Let me just see
Oh,
here.
I would hope not.
Yeah, I think it would have to crit as well. So it does not... She does a pretty good amount of damage with her Enye. So let's go ahead and see. Apply damage and to the torso.
Witness protection.
Did that work? Okay, it didn't ignite this one, and because it's already had its effect countered by your Enye, Mare, it does not do any additional effect to it, but I'm not sure why it's not actually applying the damage, so let me just do some manual maths here.
God forbid, manual math.
I know, it's like, come on, man.
What is this,
Manual
third
maths
grade?
while I'm trying to
What
do
is
other
this?
stuff. It's looking pretty hurt now. That when she did a lot of damage to
Is
it,
this Pathfinder?
she goes and forms a quite nice, blazing Enye, casts it,
Textbook
and
Enye.
it is also a critical because it beat the defense by more than that, so it's going to do some extra damage. So it's looking rough, looking quite rough. All right, I think that's the mages that are going to. This one's going to kind of run over here. This living armor moves up there.
Can Clarice run away so she's not within melee of this team? Please run away, Clarice.
Clarice.
Is right over here.
She doesn't. I'm going to do something
yes.
stupid.
She should also, she's actually going to, I didn't realize she was right there. She's also going to do a spell. But she does not have Enye.
What has she got, though?
She has not a lot of good things in this instance.
Yeah, she's the alchemist.
Yeah. Not super helpful. What does this one do? That's not helpful. She's just gonna move. She doesn't really have anything that can affect this thing, so she's just gonna move up towards Louise. And that is the mage's turn
What does she have? She doesn't have anything that's useful?
Not really in this instance. Yeah, she's got a lot of like socially practical and logistical spells, but not a lot of
illusion
stuff that's...
and teleport and like fucking Urian's shelter or Luthien's quill or something like
glamour, things like that.
Fucking Urian shelter.
All right.
Urian's shelter after the mage Urian. I know, it's an unfortunate name.
The Hyms turn.
It's a very good spell. It's like basically a mobile layman's tiny hut.
All right, this one is going to attack Louise since she tried to hit it with the spell. It's going to do a claw attack on Louise, and I think it's going to aim for her head. So we'll see how it does there. Ooh, and a critical success, 26.
No!
Yeah, not great. She's gonna struggle to beat that.
Oh no, on the
Oh,
head.
no.
Yeah, 22 does not. Louise might die right here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
21 damage, applied damage to the head. 63 damage
Yeah,
to Louise. Louise,
she's
you watch
dead.
across the hallway as this hymn kind of
Why didn't you
writhes and
walk farther
twists
away?
towards Louise. Its shifting body, difficult to see in the dim, dancing lights of the hall. Louise kind of like staggers just a little bit to try and see like where it is because it's so difficult. And it's like razor sharp claws slash out of the darkness, catching her across the throat, kind of like ripping part of her jaw off as her body slumps to the ground. Louise is unfortunately now dead.
I fucking hope so with all that going on.
And she didn't think to walk like 6 more meters.
They
That
have a pretty
way?
decent amount of, they have more movement than she does, I think.
Hubris.
Okay.
So that is the first hymn. The second one over here that is not really around anybody is going to use its ability, Shadow Body. And it, let's see, basically disappears into the shadows. You're not sure where it goes. And the third one here is going to, it's actually going to attack the old lady because she just did a shit ton of damage to it. So it's going to lash out with its claws.
No, not my grandma friend. Not the only person who was nice to me at the party.
Okay, a 24 attack. And
Everyone I love dies.
does she have a defense spell? Not really. There's pretty few defense spells, aren't there?
There's very few defense
At least against
spells.
melee attacks. She's going to try and dodge escape. She's not too bad at it. But a 20 does not beat a 24. And so the claws slash out. This was at the torso. So she takes... Oh, she should have... Doesn't she have armor? She should have some... I guess she has like a dress. She doesn't have... Yeah, she has fine clothes on, not any armor. So she takes 17 damage. It doesn't kill her. It slashes out across, kind of like ripping at her abdomen. And she starts like bleeding profusely on the ground, staggering back a little bit. That is the hymn's turn. Opheia, it is your turn. What are you
Where
doing?
is Silvara? Where is she?
She is behind, kind of over here.
Oh, she's over here. Okay.
Yeah, just out of your line of sight. All right, Opheia, what's going on?
Okay. I didn't realize Silvar was that close to us. Okay. First, I'm going to cast the spell I learned on the last level up, which is Blood of the Mountain. Casper should be close enough to get the effects on this one. Let's see. Use expanded focus.
Ooh, Opheia, we're getting a lot of crits tonight.
I don't know if what I roll on this matters as much as long as it doesn't backfire. But
Yeah.
I'm casting this on Casper to make him harder to kill, and to make him better at killing. So
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
I
Helping
yeah,
you?
I don't expect these hymns to be able to parry you, but you won't get knocked back.
And Opheia, what does this
Happily.
spell look like as you go to cast Blood of the Mountain on Casper?
It's more about like what the spell feels like. Like there's these little tremors that sort of shift underneath Opheia's feet and then kind of die down. And Casper probably feels this little red hot sting in his back that then sort of dissipates into this coolness that flows through him.
Icy hot.
Hit me with the icy hot.
All right, Opheia, that's your first action. Anything else you would like to do?
How much stamina do I have to expend to do another spell?
So it'd be a 3 stamina for any additional action. So wouldn't
Oh,
include
that's right. I can just check extra attack, I think.
yeah, same thing.
Okay, yeah, I will perform Blessing of Healing on Silvara because she got pretty bad.
All right.
What does double ablation damage mean?
So it does double damage to armor and equipment. So
Okay,
the
so it just
ablation is
damages-
like how much
Oh.
it'll do.
Oh,
Okay.
I misunderstood what Ablation did. Well, maybe this isn't very useful.
It'll be useful against the mage. It'll be
I
useful
should
against.
I was about to say I should have cast a kill, but Kilton would have been out of range.
But you
Okay.
can, you can get to Kilton with your movement, or get closer.
Maybe I'll cast that next move if I'm still up. Actually, wait.
You can move.
Before I cast this, I think I'm pretty sure that I remember leaving my armor on for this occasion, but it is unchecked. Since that's the case, I think it might make more sense for me to use my to extend stamina to re-don my armor.
Does everyone else already have their armor equipped?
Yes.
Okay, Opheia, I'll let you have your armor already. So I'll say that like you had it on essentially. I mean, I'm being lenient with the we're at a gala rules of like what you're wearing, and if everyone else already has their armor equipped, even though technically it would be like fancy wear and stuff, I'll say if everyone else already has it, then it's
for a fact I don't have any fancy wear. I think I just rolled up as is.
yeah.
But,
Okay, yeah. Then I think you should be allowed to have your armor on as well because I think
Okay.
that's only fair. So
then I'll have that equipped.
if Kilton can have his
and-
crossbow on him, then you can have your armor on already. So
And I will, then I will just cast this on. I'm blanking on her. I'm blanking on her
Silvara.
name. Silvara.
all right. So then go ahead and see how much you heal for as your healing magic.
It's just 3.
Oh, is it just 3? Okay. All right. So
This game is very stingy with healing.
yeah. So you, and that's your concentration one, right? You can keep that up.
I would have to keep that if I want that to go off again next turn, yeah.
Okay. All right. Opheia, anything else that you would like to do this round?
I'm trying to think if there's anywhere that makes sense for me to move to. I guess I could try to get further away from the team. I'll go. I know Caster made a show of pushing me all the way over here, but I don't have very much movement. I will stand behind him.
All right.
Okay, that is. I will end my turn.
I just didn't want you to be a target when it attacked.
Yeah. Very fair. All right, at the top of the round, as this Heme is looking quite injured in front of Casper, it's kind of the weird, kind of gangly, very thin, like weirdly like dry-skinned creature that's under the shadow layer that has been burned off by the 2 spells, kind of cowering, creeping in front of you, looking around for a place to hide. You note, all of you, that across the Gala, the body of Louise slumped on the ground in a ever-growing pool of blood. You see 2 additional mages collapse to the ground, one erupting from its stomach, another Heme, and one kind of another headburster kind of explodes across and clawing out of the corpse of the body of these 2 mages, 2 more Hemes.
Jesus Christ, Zephyr, what did we ever do to you?
With
The season
that,
finale.
it is the start of round 2, and that is where we will pick up next time.